Hey everyone, this is Alaska from Call Out Culture. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. And if you are enjoying the podcast and you feel inspired to start your own, let me tell you about the system that we use. It is called Anchor. Best things about Anchor, it's free. There's tools that allow you to create and record and edit your podcast right from your phone and your computer. You can even add a song from Spotify directly into your episodes. The possibilities are endless of what you could create, whether it's like music analysis or your own radio show or something that the world's never heard before. I don't know what that is. You figure that out. Not my job, yours. Anchor is going to distribute the podcast for you so it'll be heard on Spotify, Apple, and all the other podcast you can use. Like all you do is you upload your podcast and boom, it appears in the other feeds. You can also make money through advertisements like this, or you can also set up like your own sort of Patreon fan support thing. There's no minimum listenership, and everything you need to make your podcast is in one place. So if you want to do a podcast, you want to be like us here at Call Out Culture, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get started.
Welcome to Call Out Culture Podcast with Alaska, Curly Castro, and Zilla Rock.
Hello, Call Out Culture Podcast. We're here. We're live. It's live for us. Whenever you hear this, it'll be days later. We're back. Zilla Rock is here. Curly Castro in his home base.
Back at home. Yeah.
All man,
home,
all
Castro.
amazing. Welcome home. Yes.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
Cybernetic.
Still got mad work to do, but it's gonna get done.
When do you finalize your transformation to a T1000? Like 5 months? 7
No, I
months?
think I got a follow up in a month. Real talk.
That's gonna be awesome.
I got a
With
follow-up in a
Skynet?
month.
Skynet?
Yeah. Mhm.
Dope. Well, we're proud of you. We love you. We're glad. And shouts to everybody supporting Castro and the albums and projects. And we got a lot of cool
Yes,
shit on
thank
deck.
you. Thank you very much. So we're gonna pay that off. We got some
Yes.
fire shit in the pocket. We're gonna pay that off. Yes, sir.
And if you are a Patreon subscriber, I should say, we've been pumping out a lot of one shots, little like 5 to 10 minute episodes. And I talk specifically about this digital panhandling craze and how we're not with that shit. We're about value and service. So anybody that supports Castro supports us. You're getting something in return, but that's neither here nor there. And then we got Alaska checking in from the couch with the lamp. I see it all the time. It's great.
There it is. It's the couch. It's the lamp. It's how we're living.
That's how we're living.
I might move to the Ames chair starting soon. See how
Ames
that
chair?
rolls. Yeah, this shit right here.
Oh, I remember that one. That's
Yeah, I
that's
might
the
move to
Don
that.
Draper chair, dog. You got it. You have to use that one.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it. It's just is like right next to the heater, and the fucking heat in this building kicks.
Yeah, you're gonna get a fucking nosebleed, bro, in the middle of the show.
Yeah. So I gotta wait maybe till we get to the warmer weather and the heat's not on.
Fuck yeah. So shouts to everybody checking the last few episodes. The feedback's been really ill. I don't know how many pods can go from the everything all purpose draft to how the media has been misrepresenting and shitting on rap for 30 years to Rank an Odd Future in a 3-week span. It's incredible.
It's a solid run.
It's really good. Very strong shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Our
like
best.
Agreed.
it's really almost to an extent like when like a utility infielder suddenly like got like a 29 game hit streak going.
Mhm.
Like
We're like
Jose
the Paul
Kendo.
Molitor of podcasts.
Wait, you see utility like a guy who plays mad positions?
Is that what a utility
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, utility is like
Oh,
second base, shortstop.
I just
third
always
base.
thought it was like somebody that was like they could just I guess they could throw anywhere, but they're not necessarily like a starter or a star.
Okay.
Is the
Yeah,
way I
my
was
my
thinking.
favorite from back in the day was Jose Akendo on the Cardinals.
Jose
He played,
Kendo was nice, yeah.
played like every position except like pitcher and catcher. Shouts to anybody who listens to this pod who knows who Jose Akendo is, get at me. I'll send you $1. PayPal.
There you
I'll
go.
give you $1 if you really know who Jose Akendo is. Don't jump at me. So what we're gonna do for tonight is keeping it loose, chill, celebrating Castro being home. We're just gonna have a good time with the mailbox. Mailbag, Twitter mailbag. There's been a lot of fucking responses, man. I couldn't even like read them. Luckily, Alaska's an administrative mind who bookmarked all of the most pertinent ones because some of them were a little repetitive. Not great,
Yeah,
but
they were a little repetitive. But I actually bookmarked every single one because we're going to try to at least give you a one-word answer. So, I think we could start with my homie Mike, also who goes by All Sense Aside, which I always read as Alan Seaside for some reason.
oh, me too.
But shout out to Mike. Mike's a good dude.
Alan
I've known
Seaside.
Mike for a while. We go back to like the New York underground scene, a lot of common homies.
Oh, dope. I thought he
anyway,
was like
he
a
wants
Ruby. I thought he was like a Ruby yacht member, like Alan Seaside and shit. It's just the like.
He rhymes about crystal balls and dragons. So Mike wants to know if any Jehovah's Witnesses could be down with the podcast. And I think the answer to that's no, they can't.
No. All right, I back you
Yeah.
up. I don't
What
have
do
a
you say,
strong
Castro?
feeling, but I say no. If you say no, I say no.
What? What are you talking about?
Can any Jehovah's Witnesses be down with the podcast? I don't want people knocking on doors and
Oh,
call out
Jehovah's Witnesses. No,
Yeah.
man, because it was one time I was trying to play basketball and shit, and I went into like this witness gym, and they talking about, oh, yo, you can't play. I said, what you mean I can't play? I'll bust your ass. Of course I can play. And they was like, nah, man, you'll talk to your man. And the guy that sponsored me, I guess, he pulled me to the side. I was like, yeah, man, you ain't gonna be able to play today. I was like, what? I had my shorts on and everything.
Wow.
So yeah, man, no Jehovah's Witnesses, yo.
Nah, I had
turned
when I
away
was in
from it.
high school, I called in sick from school one day and got a knock on my door. I opened it. I was expecting like something from the postman. I think I might have stayed home to like intercept progress reports or something from school because I wasn't doing good in the class.
Oh my god.
So I was like, oh, I know they're gonna come today. I'm gonna stay home. I heard a knock on the door. And I opened the door and it was like three elderly Jehovah's Witness ladies. And they're like, can we interest you in Jehovah's Witness? And I thought I was being slick. I was like, nah, I'm a Satanist. And then they were like, you need us now more than ever. I was like, God damn it. And I got stuck in the conversation because I wasn't a good Satanist.
You were
just
the
would
worst
close the door on
Satanist.
Jehovah's Witness ladies.
Yo, did you ever fuck with the? We might talk about the Church of Satan, like the actual tenets of the religion of the Church.
I
of
mean,
Satan?
I've read about them and stuff.
So they're ill. They're like, yo, don't fuck with anybody. They won't fuck with you.
Yeah.
If someone tries to destroy you, you're allowed to destroy them. Like that's like the wording. But like,
Yeah, the Anton LaVey shit, right?
yeah, and it's like don't fuck with women, don't fuck with children, don't fuck with animals. If you see anybody fucking with children, you can destroy them. Like it's great. It's like the most common sense shit in the world.
In sixth grade, I had the Satanic Bible. My friend Jimmy Trapasso,
Very old
His,
brand for you. Sixth grade.
his sister, he had an older sister who was like a crazy metalhead, and he got it from her and he lent it to me. And I left it in my locker. I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep this in my locker. I can't bring it home.
Mm-hmm.
And I got sick the next day. Again, another day of sick, and they called in to get my homework. So they sent someone to my locker to get my homework, and they found the Satanic Bible.
The Satanic Bible.
And they called my house, and they were like, told my parents, they're like, we found the Satanic Bible in Tim's locker.
The Satanic Bible.
I was like, oh, God damn it.
Jesus Christ. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good one. What's the next question?
All right. The next question is going to be what should be another simple answer, but the homie Buster Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection, aka at C4X, wants to know, will there be a part 2 of the Common episode? I think the answer again there is no.
No.
No. Unless we bring on like another unsuspecting person, she has to show up with the questions. It's always good to like put somebody in a trap, being like, "You want to talk common with us?" You know?
I wouldn't go through that again for my own sanity.
I mean, I could see doing. I could see doing another artist of a similar ilk.
Well, like the best worst rapper.
To common music anymore.
No,
like another best worst rapper. Thing.
I think we could do the series, best worst rapper series.
Yeah, I think that's a good series actually.
That might be fun.
Yeah.
But it always has to be somebody that's real, like diplomatic, being the guest host and doesn't know what they're walking into. And it has fans that'll leave comments like, I don't know what he's doing talking to these guys.
Yo, the best part, real quick, was over the weekend, some dude was like getting at me on YouTube. he did not. He did not like our takes on Common and apparently Nas, even though I'm the one riding for Nas all day, every day, even the new albums. And he was like, you and fucking Prem Rock, Curly Castro, he fucking raps Sled with Dead and Shed. You could never have made it in the 90s. And Lucid, he's pretentious, all that backwoods shit. And I kept saying, have a lovely day.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he was like, was like, you're fucking white. This ain't your culture, B. I said, have a swell weekend. Like, but yeah, apparently he did. He's definitely white, and he definitely hate listens. So shouts to him. Shouts to that guy. That was
shout out. Yeah, let us know if you want to come on.
Yeah, come on the show.
Yeah, we'll talk with you.
Is he definitely a Yakubian? Can I say that?
I don't know. He's most likely.
He's definitely white. He's definitely white. All right, what's next?
All right, so the next one comes from Jeff, insert blue check mark, aka Vacation Jeff 80.
My man Jeff.
And he said, I really enjoyed the Matrix episode. Any chances of getting more episodes on movies and even TV?
Ooh.
I mean, 90% of what I watched in 2020 and 2021 came from recommendations from you fellas via Twitter. Maybe a Sunny episode.
Okay.
So,
Castro, are we going to do a Sliders ongoing series?
No, we ain't got to put nobody through that. I think like I'm thinking. I guess we would
Snowfall.
Kind of funny.
Snowfall
would be a good one.
But what, we would have to watch the thing and then call them? Like,
wait, what do you mean?
In the call?
Call who?
No, we would just do like end of season Snowfall recap.
Oh, recap. Okay, so
how we did with Wu-Tang American Saga.
Yeah. Okay,
maybe.
Or we still have to do Velocipaster.
Who?
Oh yeah,
Velocipaster.
That Snakes Out of Compton. We gotta do that one. Like next.
Snakes Out of Compton. Yeah, I do said he's down for that one. So
yeah, everybody go back and listen to our live watch it at the Substitute on our fucking 100th episode. Yeah. Run those numbers up, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe every now and again, just each of us like pick a movie that none of the other ones have seen, and we watch it.
That would be fun. We can do that.
Something like that.
The movie episode. I think to perfectly honestly, I think that our Spike Lee episode was ill.
Yeah,
because we all got to talk about maybe 12 movies in that one episode. So maybe if we pick like a director or a certain like genre and pick our favorite 4 or 5, or maybe have Marcus Pin or somebody come through like that again. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do that. We could also do like, if we pick a show, we could do like either top 5 episodes or top 5 characters on the show or something like that.
Cheers. I'm going to do the Cheers miniseries. Just me talking Cheers. All
right. So next up, we got the homie Rapswell at MC Rapswell.
What's up, Swell?
And he wants to know if you could have a Get Back style documentary of a behind the scenes making of any rap album, which rap album would it be?
Great question.
That is a good question.
He needs to do a pod. He's got a lot of fucking smart moves and ideas. Shouts to Rapswell and Pen Pals and Squires and them, Bobby Nobles.
Yeah.
Oof. So he's talking about the Beatles, like watching 8 hours of a making of an album where John Lennon's on heroin. So if we could, wow. I don't want to pick any typical shit like, Tribe, you know what I mean? Or like The Chronic.
Yeah.
What would be a cool fucking album? Alaska, you were there for so many of the ones me and Castro would list. So that's kind of fucked up.
Probably only like 1 or 2 that I was actually there for.
I would be interested to see like Redman, like There Is a Dark Side when he was just on Dust.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen?
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up for that Muddy Water shit.
Chill. The There Is a Dark Side being on Dust aspect. I think I'd be fascinated to see that. When he was, still rapping his ass off and having fun.
Yeah.
It's either that or Check Your Head, Beastie Boys. Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Playing guitars and shit, skating, playing ball with Biz.
What about you, Castro?
What? What happened?
Was that?
What is the question again?
Question is, so he said, if you could have any Get Back style documentary of a behind the scenes making of a rap album, what album would it be?
It's like 8 hours of footage of them in the studio.
Coldplay Yellow.
It's not a rap album.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's all right.
But I would like to see that what they were doing. Can I say like Portishead then? Can I say
Oh
Portishead?
yes.
Sure, yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
All right, then. Yeah, Dummy.
Genius.
Or even
going-
to tell you the truth, it would be P3 for real.
Which one?
When they changed their style, the third album, when they changed it,
Oh,
they changed
third.
their sample source.
Ooh, good
Yeah.
call. All right, actually, I'm going to change I'm going to go Hell on Earth, Mobb Deep. I would do that.
Oh, good one.
Yeah,
I want to
nice.
see that
That's
because they
nice.
made a lot of fucking songs that came out way on some other shit later on.
Yeah.
The studios.
I'm gonna go with Aquemini.
Great call.
Oh, that's when they did. That's when they first. No, that's when they finally acquired Stankonia, I think. I
Yeah.
could be wrong.
Studio, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
But it's also like, sort of Dungeon Family era still.
Yeah. it's
Skewed on the
still-
Barbie,
I mean,
Ray.
all of them, you just see like Spodioti Dopalicious beat.
Woo.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You get to see like what's it called? Rosa Parks with the fucking like hand clapping and then
Yeah.
step
Get to
dance.
see Ray
shit.
come in for Skewed at the Bobby.
Ray, yeah.
Yeah.
love that
Slick
shit.
Rick.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's a great one. These are
Even,
good.
even George Clinton coming through.
Synthesizer. Wow.
Yeah.
Great call. Great question. Great answers, boys. Now what's next?
All right. So we got Maxim, aka Max No Po, wants
Shouts
to
to
know.
Max.
Here's a two-part question.
Oh,
Which
Max.
rappers are the worst live performers you've ever seen, and who are the best? And
Vast
then
there.
he'll also ask if Alaska will perform ever again.
Worst rappers I've ever seen live is Cannibal Ox, followed by Mr. Motherfucking Esquire. Terrible.
Mm.
Really bad. Like to change my opinion of both, except the Cold Veins, like, one of the most important albums of the last 20 some years. Whereas Esquire, it was like watching him live. We opened for him in Doppelgangers, and I was just like, this is not for you. Like, you're not I want to say this real quick. There's certain people that are performers, and there are certain people that are like recording artists.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Castro, for example, is great at both, right? And Castro, what's the name, said that to me about you years ago, Dave.
Okay.
Dave
Yeah,
came
yeah,
to a
yeah.
show of ours, I think at the Fire or some trash, and he was like, yo, Castro is a fucking like great performer. You know what I mean? And this is before you started cranking out albums like that.
Yeah.
So I think Can Ox, when I saw them, and we've talked about them a lot on the show, I think it kind of fortified that they were like great recording artists, not great live guys.
Mhm.
And Esquire is definitely a recording artist and not at all a great performer. So those are people that came to my mind. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I would probably have to co-sign the Can Ox, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Jizza. He was really bad.
Really?
Yeah, he was disappointing.
I saw him. He was great.
Man, it's pocket.
Really?
Yeah, he has
I
hands.
saw him in Albany, and he just didn't do anything. Fat Lip was really disappointing,
Oof.
to the point that he didn't
I heard
go
that
on.
before.
Yeah,
Wow.
he just like complained that there wasn't a big enough crowd and didn't go on.
That's always good. That's always really cool.
Yeah, it makes the people that actually did come to see feel really good.
Yeah,
about
I
shit.
don't give a fuck about the 200 people that didn't come here. I'm here.
Yeah, and then best performer is either probably KRS, who's really fucking good live, or Kanye's really good live. I saw
Yes.
the All of the Lights tour. I think it was All the Lights, like whatever the one was for graduation. I saw him at Madison
Yes.
Square Garden.
Glow in the
That shit
Dark?
fucking
Was it that
dope.
one?
Yeah, Glow in the Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show. But
Uh,
like sort of like indie heads, I would go with Murs.
wow, great performer.
Murs is a really good performer.
He is. Shabazz Palaces, I've seen 3 times. They're fucking incredible live. Very good.
And I won't perform again if that's the other part of the question. Castro, who you got?
Unfortunately, the worst performer I've seen has been Talib Kweli. He ran out of breath after every first song. I seen him like 3 times. After the first song, he'd be like gasping for air every single time. Never fails. And you know, I know it's true. Just do his verse on respiration and see how you run out of breath. It's written wrong. He had this one word was rushing the other, and they was all pushing each other like on Snowpiercer or something. Yeah.
Oh my God, Snowpiercer. Who's
That's
the best? Who's the best?
Wise, intelligent.
Oh, you talk about
that's
that.
A good one.
Yeah, he wasn't with PRT. It's like towards the end, you know what I'm saying? They just trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And he performed at this like this school like venue we had where you could rent rooms and do different things in. And one of the rooms was like a stage with a scaffolding and lighting and stuff. So he came through and he just started ripping it, doing acapellas, going off the top, doing his songs, doing the hit songs, doing his new songs. And I was just blown away. I was in the front. Eyes open, mouth agape. I was just stuck. I just never seen nobody perform like that. Energy on every song, going through all those different genres. At one point, he was hanging from the lighting scaffolding that they had. He was hanging from it, saying the right shit is the wrong shit, and the wrong shit is the wrong shit. Don't shit. I said, oh my goodness. And I was like, that's when I realized, like, yo, I gotta get better. That was another one of those. We all have them, listeners. Like, you have these get better moments where you see something, you're like, yo, I gotta do something.
Right.
And that was definitely one of my, oh man, you better get better at this. You better work your ass off at this. There's another level to this shit. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Next question, man.
So the next one we got is from Hoodie Guthrie, aka Paul Goodbrand. And he wants to know, if you traveled back in time in a DeLorean, which influential rap artist, solo or group, would you erase from history? And how would that improve hip hop culture?
All right, I can answer this first. First of all, no, we're not doing all of this because like we like all different facets of hip hop. I can't sit there and say, oh, if we went back and destroyed gangster rap, hip hop would still be pure or whatever. No, it'd be corny. It wouldn't be no juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Like all these new styles that come out and stuff. You can't diss them now because I get it. I'm not saying he's doing this. He might just be asking an innocent question, but he's definitely inferring what we always did when we were hypnotized by that time. Oh man, if only the Jiggy guys wouldn't do all of this, hip hop could be pure and everybody would like us. And
rap about the culture.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's funny. You had the same reaction I had.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know, one, it's an influential person in hip hop culture, right? If you erase anybody that's influential, you don't know what the repercussions will be.
True.
Right.
With the ripple
so
effect,
even if you get rid of like MC Hammer or even Vanilla Ice, you get rid of Vanilla Ice.
I was going to say,
I was saying like Vanilla Ice may have inspired somebody as a young kid to get into rap who ended up becoming a great rapper.
I was going to nominate Vanilla Ice to erase.
I would much rather get rid of Eminem than Vanilla Ice, to be honest with you. But
I'd much rather get rid of MC Search than somebody else would have found Nas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
But Nas I was going to say, Castro, Nas is a discovery, not an invention, like the Sentinels, the Sentinel program. He was in a breakthrough. It didn't matter who the fuck got a hold of him. It was inevitable, right? I was going to say Vanilla Ice because his song came on the other day when my wife was like working out or some shit. And I heard it. I heard Ice Ice Baby. I'm like, this song's crazy. This song is the 808 on that shit is knocking. The hook is crazy.
The song is crazy.
Yeah, everything's crazy about that song, right? But if he was just a typical one-hit wonder like Young MC or whoever, right? Skilo, Positive K, Snow. If he was just a typical one-hit wonder, that would have been a nice moment in my life to be like, man, this song is a great little 90s rap song. Maybe I'll go back and listen to his album.
It was presented as a rap song?
Yeah. Ice Ice Baby? Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
anyway, my point was because he was such a fucking sucker and because he faked like he was from Miami when he wasn't, and he had this stupid ass movie, and then he had the whole thing. My song's different. There goes den 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 den. Mine goes den 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 den. Like all of the extracurricular horse shit when he became a ragamuffin, then at Juggalo, and then he flips houses. Like all the
Did he ever?
baggage
Does
that comes
anybody
with him.
remember if he ever dropped another like single? Did you have like another song?
He did.
Y'all remember that?
He did. He did Ninja Rap off the Ninja
Right.
Turtle
I mean,
soundtrack. He did.
but like one of his songs off his joint.
Oh, he had off that album To the Extreme. There was like there was one more single off that. I forget the name. I had the tape. I was like fucking.
He also dropped like a new metal version of Ice Ice Baby. Like that's basically all he's been doing. He's been running that song in different genres.
Right.
He got like
but it's like
ska version. He got like a dubstep version.
If he just stepped off as a one-hit fucking wonder, none of this we wouldn't have to deal with all the baggage and just been like, that was a really cool moment in rap when someone sampled Queen Under Pressure and it was smashing, rather than he's a fucking disgrace. He set white rappers back 10 years. He's a fucking dickhead on like erased his, like the baggage of him stresses me out because the actual song is banging. That's what occurred to me like 3 days ago. So I'd rather just erase him. I'm good. That's my vote of erasure. There you go. People can still shit on Hammer and have a nice career. Hammer was big enough. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So cool. Next question.
All right. So this is from Def C. And he wants to know which producers are left on your respective bucket lists.
Like realistically, like
I guess just in general, maybe.
Or really on some fantasy, like.
I say go all out. Like if it was 17-year-old you.
Oh.
Okay.
Knowing everything you know about hip hop now. But like, the thought of being like 17 when you would put a bucket list together.
It's funny because I probably would take whatever he would give me, but he wouldn't really give me like the essence. And that'd be the RZA.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Maybe he'll never make that type of stuff again, but could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine getting a CDR with 3 of them joints on there?
Yeah.
Come on, yo. Molasses was dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That wasn't that. He had
Mm-hmm.
another joint that wasn't like dirty or wasn't, being played on a Taco Bell music machine, whatever he was supporting. So like stupid. That, but I'll pick somebody else because it's just y'all feel me? It's like kind of out of context to ask for RZA because
Well, what about realistic then? Just if you were to put it out here and that person heard it, there's a chance you could work together.
All right, the Sonics on so he just said the group Shabazz Palaces.
Okay.
Ooh, those are our guys, dog.
Like, what is it, Chiramunga Renaissance, and then
our man. Yep.
And our man, I can't remember his name.
Josh Blood or some shit. I forget his name.
That's one of them, but the lead drummer.
Yeah, our homie. Yeah.
Oh man, what's his name? I'm sorry.
Not Tunde. Is that his name? Tunde?
Yeah, Tunde. Yeah, Tunde.
Yeah,
Tunde,
he's ill. He's ill.
He plays all those different type of drums, and he's the centerpiece. That's what I would want a beat from them.
That would be crazy. Alaska, who's your bucket list producers?
I don't know. It's a tough question.
Did you ever rap on a L beat, but before or after Can Ox? I mean,
yeah, he did a remix.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I forgot the remix. Yep.
Nice.
Trying to think. I mean, I've worked with people, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like doing like a full project with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Shit, man, I don't know. It's a tough one.
Okay.
Because like,
Zilla,
there's nobody I'm really like dying to work with.
You're so fucking pretentious. Are you serious?
No, I'm not saying it like that. It's like I like working with people that I know. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that I have relationships with.
Salam Remy? You're not gonna work with Salam Remy?
I'm not saying I wouldn't, but it's not like if it doesn't happen, I'm crushed.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Salam Remy, that'd be dope.
Dan the Automator. I want to work with Dan the Automator.
Yeah, you said that numerous times.
Yeah, I want to work. I feel like that could potentially happen. Automator would be great. Large Pro. I would love to rap on a Large Professor beat. Holy shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then Amp Live from Zion I.
Amp Live.
I think he's fucking incredible. Did you? You son of a
bitch. It was like for some project that he was putting out. I don't know if it actually ever came out.
Oh, you motherfucker.
It was like a producer record.
when I did Seattle, that's what we were opening for Amp Live.
He's so dope. I
Yeah,
love
he's really
Amp
dope.
Live. I love Amp
It was
Live.
the weekend. He was always the
Anybody got
final act. Yeah.
Anybody got Amp Live beats? Get at me. DMs are open. All right, let's get any final guesses. True Master. I would rap
God,
on
no.
True Master beat. What? True Master is incredible.
I mean, he's fine, but I don't care about that. Like, I feel like there's 1,000 dudes that sound like that.
Incredible.
I would maybe want to rap on like 92 DJ Quick or something like that.
Ooh,
Nice.
Yo, I got one for you, Manny Fresh, motherfucker.
Oh, Manny Fresh.
Yeah,
I don't think I could.
yeah.
I don't think I'd sound good on Manny Fresh beats.
Oh no, he hit you with them drums and them hi-hats. Come on, stop it.
Yeah, you're built for that.
It'd be like hang 18 all over again. Stop it.
Yeah. That's
All right.
weird. Why don't
So
we
let's take one more, then take a quick break.
All right, let's do that.
Do one more.
Call. Yeah, let's do it.
So this is from Rhino, and I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's
Fire?
Enginlafire. Is that what it is? Enginlafire?
Yeah.
All right, cool. He wants to know how concerned are rappers really about getting washed on their own tracks? Rap fans seem to be obsessed with whose verse is better on collab tracks. And someone getting murdered on their own is just a brutal insult. But do artists see it that way?
There's a couple of pieces to that question.
Yeah.
Let's go read it again because I gotta break it up.
Sorry, just cut out the bookmark.
It
was basically like, how concerned are rappers about getting washed on their own tracks?
Right. And then the second part to it.
The second part was he knows that fans obsess about it. But like, do rappers really care? I think that was it. If you get murdered on your own track.
Yeah, do you notice? Pretty much, do you notice?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see. Most of the time, I guess most rappers that I know or I fuck with, or even my hip hop reflexes would, I throw ill subliminal in there because that's even iller.
Yeah.
You know, I throw ill subliminal. But again, if we're all writing it at the same time, we got to figure out who got the information first. You know what I'm saying? I might finish my 16, and then a couple of days later, the info come out, and homeboy change his. You know, but I really haven't had too many of those situations. At least not me knowing. I've been on some long, heavy posse cuts, but not to my knowledge that everybody was trying to one up everybody else. You know, so I hope I answered the question.
I mean, I think the important phrase is getting washed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to get washed on my own track or anybody else's track. I'm okay with not necessarily being the best on the track. I want to be, but I'm okay with not being. Like, the people I roll with, I know that there are, plenty good chances that they're going to come better on the track.
Indeed.
But I'm not trying to get washed. I'm not trying to look like I'm not supposed to be there.
Yeah, no. That's for the birds.
Yeah.
Mozilla, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah. There's people I pick that I want them to flex crazily and take over the song. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people where I'm like, yo, I want you to shine on this shit. Like, this beat is so crazy, and all I want to do is set the table. Right? When someone calls me in, I'm coming for that top. Period. Yeah. Like, I'm not being a gracious gentleman or a host. I'm coming in to fucking put that snub nose in your back. That's it. But if someone gets at me on a record, like Geechee Suede or fucking Rock Marcy or Alaska or Arm & Hammer or Castro, Prem, Alaska, any of these guys, right? I'm good with that because I'm like orchestrating. Like, I'm like, yo, this dude would take off on this beat, and I want it to be on my record, rather than like something else because I'm a fan. But I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Because like, as much as we always talk about like Winter Wars and Capadonna, that's Ghostface's album. That's not Kappa's album. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the hottest shit, it just who puts their name on the front of the song. That's whose song it still is, even if like all that Renegade shit, Eminem and Jay-Z, that's on Blueprint. That's not no goddamn Eminem album. You know what I mean? That's my 2 cents.
All right. Let's take a break.
Let's do it. Take our first break.
Quick break. Yeah.
Call Out Culture. We'll be back. Mailbag special.
What up, y'all's panels, man? East Hampton Polar Boys. When the catalog out now, man. We got CDs, merch, all that. InsubordinateRecords.com, man. Make sure you don't sleep on it, because before you know it, it's going to be all gone. So make sure you head over there, stream it, do all that. Long live Lord Jones, man. Win the catalog, album of the year. You know what it is. Peace.
Hey yo, she caught me fly woo garments from overseas, Bolognaise with extra palm, drown rotini, fresh panini, ground bill, chopped garlic and olives, get demolished, fly arrow goddess, never modest, perfect sonics fill my palace, wires missing, acoustics hitting, needle, bless the vinyl, been the champion, just give me the
Hey friends, it's me, your friendly neighborhood podcast host, Alaska. And I'm here to tell you about an exciting new project that I just released with my friend Jason Griff. You might know Jason Griff from his many appearances on the Call Out Culture podcast, as well as his groundbreaking work with the Griff Scorsese Midnight Express album. Also, his solo project, Fireside Chats. You need a sweater and a bearskin rug for that one, fellas. Anyway, we just dropped a new record called Human Zoo. And Human Zoo examines the cages that we put around society and the self-imposed cages we put around ourselves. It features exciting tracks like Reboot, featuring Fat Boy Sharif, and Animal Farm, featuring Love Ulysses. We also have additional vocals from the likes of Alex Ludovico. Not Ludovico, Ludovico with a C. See what I'm saying there, people? And Prem Rock. And then the All Hook All the Time track, featuring vocal stylings from Curly Castro, Zilla Rocca, Def C, Rob Sonic, Breezely Bruin, and Open Mike Eagle. If you like the rap music, folks, you're gonna want to get this record. It's a must-have for every true aficionado, and you could get it at insubordinaterecords.com. Alaska, out.
We are here. We're back. Call Out Culture Podcasts. We're live. We're on Twitter. We're on fucking Instagram. We're on Apple. I'm on TikTok. The podcast is not on TikTok. We're live though. Curly Castro thriving. Alaska reading off all the bookmark tweets from the mailbag. Here we go. Round 2. What we got?
All right. So this one, I don't know if there's much to argue about, but Sabo wants to know, he wants to hear me and Castro argue about You Got. But
Argue in what way? Don't we agree on You Got?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We agree. Like I had a period where I wasn't feeling You Got that much, but like I've come back around. Like I went from like loving You Got to not liking You Got, back again to loving
Okay,
You Got.
what shifted your perspective? Because Castro's never wavered. What has shifted your perspective?
I think like there was a period with Wu-Tang that I only wanted to hear Ghost. Like when Ghost was just like God level.
Yes.
So, you know, I was like, any track that was like somebody else was on, I was like, except for like maybe Ray, I was like, you're slowing them down.
Ooh.
So it was like that period. But then I've come back to like, no, I like the seasoning. I like the way like things are splashed in. It needs to be there. Like it was getting like, you know, off of some weird like obsessed fan shit. Toxic fandom is what I think they call it nowadays.
If there was only a way for us to hear, if you could hear us talk about Ghostface in more detail, I mean, I would pay for that, surely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's if only there was a crate maybe that we could speak about it. A numbered crate.
Right. Named after a famous drum machine. I don't know.
Yeah.
If only someone could do that.
Yeah, if only. And if the person was British, it would really help.
Shouts to Cam.
50 episodes worth. 50 episodes worth. That's what it's going to come down to when he's done.
You know.
So.
All right. So the homie Sign Jesus wants to know what's up to Sign Jesus, Saratoga's own.
Shouts to Sign.
Saratoga. I know he's like Rensselaer up in that area. He's a real dope cat, real cool cat. He wants to know when Mr. Cheek said, I bought 2 franks and 2 drinks and we began walking. He wants to know if the hot dogs were beef or poke.
Yo, I think the Lost Boys first album, which I talked about at length on what's the name, the Free Music Empire podcast and YouTube channel. It's one of the best arranged albums ever. It's such an amazing album. Legal Drug Money. I'm going beef. I'm going beef on Renee on two Franks. He bought some beef Franks in Queens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the beef. I'm going with the beef.
Yeah, whatever papaya dogs are, that's what I'm going with.
They make beef. I don't think anybody willingly was, on that pork. A lot of religious converts, a lot of people, swearing off the pork.
Yeah. According to ny.eatery.com, Papaya King hot dog is an all beef affair.
There you go. There it is. See?
There it is.
Trust your instincts.
True casing. It's that casing. That shit snap. Hell motherfucking yeah.
Them shits are mad good too.
Wait, do you think he did the ketchup or the mustard on Renee's dog?
I think he did both.
You gotta go mustard, bro. What are you, fucking 8 years old? You can't put the ketchup
you go
on there.
both, man.
Nah, you gotta go
You
mustard.
put mayonnaise on fucking shit, man. You got like
I put the vegan mayo. No.
I
I pull out the vegan mayo for special occasions. I'm not putting on goddamn hot dogs.
Worst topic we've ever exchanged with.
Incredible. It's changed lives on the internet.
No, I'll be very upset.
You know what else has changed lives on the internet? Being radicalized. You're like radicalized.
I'm looking out for cholesterol levels, increased fucking taste bud, having, you know what I mean?
Next thing you know, you're running in supermarkets and smashing eggs on the floor, being like, they're baby chickens, pro-life.
Yo, shouts on my veganese cats. You know what I mean? I see you out there on these Twitter streets. I respect
the next question.
Just all right. So next up, speaking of drum machines, we got a question from at WC Power 9. He wants to know what's so bad about the SP404.
That nothing is wrong with it as a device. I think it's pretty fucking cool. Premrock has one. He uses it for live shows. I think it's cheesy as shit how it's like the de facto sound of quote unquote like lo-fi post-dilla production. Like I think there's it. I think it's like it's like putting on like a fucking like a beach towel around your neck and being like, I'm a cape, I'm a superhero. Well, it's a fucking beach towel, bro. You know what I mean? Like anything could be a cape. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, you don't need to just have an SP404 to be an ill beat maker. You know what I mean? You could use the machine, MP, Small Pro been using Fruity Loops for like 15 years. Me and Griff use Reason. I think it's just like, it's the machine that correlates to a specific sound for like studying. If you want to listen to beats to study to, the 404 is the go-to shit for that. If you want to listen to any other kind of beats, they're not correlated specifically to a certain machine. It's more like the YouTube, Spotify algorithm for like lo-fi is connected to the SP. That's the 404. That's my beef with it. But it's not a corny machine. Great shit has come out of it. I just think it's shorthand for like a certain style that's fucking sleepy as hell. That's all. There you go.
I mean, Casher, you got anything to add?
Oh no, I don't know anything about the 404.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna let you have the last word. I had to look up what the machine was. I was like, oh, that's the thing that people play with their fingers.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
Definitely use it live. I'm more familiar with it live rather than studio instrument.
Yeah, I mean, I know tons of great producers that use it for live performance and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely fucking cool. It's a cool machine. You know what I mean? I'm no beef, but the people that just use it only because it's going to get them algorithmic looks is whack to me. So there you go. Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck you.
All right. So at Trey Doesn't wants to know, what are our thoughts on Quelley's discography?
I think this fucking guy is.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's like that's who I would
try to break it down.
Yes, he's a beat guy.
That's my bucket list producer.
Castro checked him off, which is incredible.
Nice.
Prem's checked him off, which is dope.
Nice. Yeah, no, everything he drops is amazing.
I think he's like, he doesn't have the pitchfork acclaim of Danny Brown, but he fucking mops up the floor with Danny Brown.
Yep.
He doesn't have the mainstream acclaim of Kendrick, but he can hang with Kendrick. His discography is right there with Innocent Country 2, Guns, like all that shit. But Kendrick can't make Being You is great. I wish I could be you more often. He can't make Everything is fine. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
you know,
Well, I mean, like, think about the rappers that in this scene that everybody name checks is like the pinnacle right now. Like, it's always like K or Ka and Woods or Armin.
And Marcy.
He's right there with those guys.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I was
right there with them.
I was saying, I think I was saying to Cash, I said to you, I was replaying Small Pro and Sean P 86 Witness.
Mm-hmm.
Quelley has like best verse on the album.
Yeah.
I mean, and he kind of he does like that deeper voice flow where it's kind of hard to hear what he's saying, where he says like, you're in front of a liquor store selling bootleg DVDs. I'm cold blooded. Rick James, Tina Marie. Like, he's just coasted on that shit. And I'm like, dude, you kind of won this album like very quietly. You know what I mean? You did it. And then, you know, all his shit with like his verses on like the Spencer for Hire shit. He murks features. His albums are incredible. He's a great producer. Like Obamacare is one of my favorite beats of this decade. That beat's fucking insane. I love this guy, man. I really do.
There's no weakness in his game.
No, there's none. He's a 5-tool guy. Like, he's Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah. Anything to add, Castro?
Who are we talking about again?
Quelley
Chris.
Oh, but who's the outfielder we just talked about?
I said Ken Griffey. I said Quelley's 5 tools. He can do everything.
Okay,
like
thank
Griffey.
Thank you for reiterating that. Sorry.
No doubt.
I like Quelley, like people that do favor like Isaiah Thomas. You know, he's not. It's sometimes you think he's not supposed to be here. He's a little small in stature, but he's still in there mixing it up, throwing right hooks and left hooks, scoring 38 points and stuff. His discography it's immaculate.
Yep,
he's gone in so many different directions. He comes back to center sometimes. He'll do this, he'll do that. Like literally, he'll do this, he'll do that, and not miss a beat. That's something we don't talk about a lot, though. He don't miss a beat.
No
matter these different styles he's trying it. Like Alaska said, Innocent Country too, Alaska.
Me,
right?
yeah, and I said that. Yeah, I said, yo,
all the melodies and that. So you know what
dog.
that led to. You know, we're forgetting. He did him and him and the cat. They did Innocent Country. I can't remember his name.
Chris Keys.
Yeah, they did pieces of Judas and the Messiah and the Black Messiah.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
They helped that.
Like, you know what I like about him? He can do like the scuzzy lo-fi shit, and then he could do like the most gorgeous, stunning, like Bilal post neo soul shit. Like he could do everything. And it's natural. Like nothing is ever forced with Quelley. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah. I think Woods called him like Walt Whitman. Like he just walks the street in New York, like writing and rapping to himself as he's like walking the streets. So there you go.
Nice.
There it is. I think that this is an interesting question. And it's from @simpleton_prods. And he wants to know, he'd love to hear how you pick beats, like how we pick beats as you think about new projects. Like how do you work with producers, and maybe more generally, what do you hear and feel in a beat that that moves?
That's a good question.
It's a real good question.
Castro, why don't you take this, because little Robert Hutton.
So first, like, because I've just recently gone through this, and I'm going through it now again. Where when I was getting beats for Little Robert Hutton, I had something in my mind, and I was getting some different submissions, and I very much changed my mind to what y'all hear on the final product. But right now, I'm picking beats for new projects that I'm working on, and some of the beats, there's no diss to the producer or anything, they still fly. I feel like I'm gonna have to pull the song out of the beat. If y'all get what I'm saying, I gotta get into the dirt and the soil and pull the song out of it. So those ones are different in selection. You know what I'm saying? Because that one's almost like you're challenging yourself with this piece of music that this other producer made, and you're kind of challenging yourself to hit that wavelength. But sometimes I'll just be telling the producer, like, give me that hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Give me that hot shit. And sometimes I push. I'm bad with it. Like I'll take a lot of beats to sift through them. But I feel bad when somebody only sends me like 2 or 3, because I'm gonna say no to all of them. I'm like, what else you got? and I don't want them to get discouraged while they go through their process, you know. So just give me like 10 beats. I'll listen to all of them. I'll tell you I like 2. You know, it was the next 10 beats. But yeah, I kind of just use the vague term, you know, just give me that ill shit. Unless I have a project in mind, like I did with Little Robert Hood, or even with Tosh.
Fucking cool, dude. What about you, Les?
I mean, because I usually do projects with one producer, I usually get like a pretty big beat pack. And it usually starts with like 4 or 5 beats, like the 4 or 5 that just like right off the bat grab my attention. And you know, that'll sort of be the foundation of the record.
Yep.
Right. So it's like those are going to be the things that are going to drive the sound of the entire record. And then from there, it's like usually like there'll be like 1 or 2 other ones I'll find in that first pack, and then they'll just continue to send packs over, or I'll have an idea like I want to do something like similar to this song.
Right.
And usually it's more like a structure thing. Like it'll be like it's rarely a rap song. It'll be like a pop song or a rock song or some other shit. Like I like the way like this is structured. Can you build something like this? Like when I was working with Griff on Perfect Tense, there was like, that was actually a longer song. We cut it because it was just like too long. But there's this song by Florence and the Machine called Dog Days Are Over.
She's so dope.
You know that song? So it was like, basically it was like the way that song builds up and keeps building to this like cacophony sound, then just drops, boom. It starts to cycle over again. Like that's what I wanted to do with that song. So I just sent that. I was like, create this for our record. Like, so it's things like that, like until you get your project done, until you feel like these are all the holes are filled.
Right.
Everything you need is done.
I love that. Vegas Vic has, you know, a miasma of producers, or outside of that, like Alaska, I'm always working with like one producer.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have that one producer, you know, they can start reacting to you like almost like a DJ with a crowd. Like you start seeing what works and you start sending like those type of beats, or be like, oh, you know what? I came across this old one. I think based on the songs we're making, this beat would fit this record. Versus getting a bunch of shit blind from people. You hear the pack and you can kind of get a feeling for what this person's about. And then you'd be like, okay, how does this fit into what I'm shaping with this album? Or for me, it's like, what shit makes me just want to fucking rap right now? And sometimes those are beats that are like, yo, if this just makes me want to rap, I'll figure everything else out later. I just want to create something and then piece it out at like the post-production phase. But I think when it comes to choosing beats, it's like, I'm not the type of person that's like you send me 30 beats and I pick 10 and then I just hoard them for fucking 4 years. Like I'm going to pick 3 or 4 and then probably use 1. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely using this and here's when I plan on dropping it. Versus like, because I'm a producer, like it's corny when people do that to me. Like, oh, I like all this shit. And then 2 years go by and I'm like, what the? I'm not sending these beats to other people because you claimed it and nothing's happening. Like, fuck out of here. So yeah, that's how my process works in comparison to Alaska and Castro.
All right. So the next question comes from @Kits Willman. And Kits wants to know, who's the first Canadian rapper you ever heard?
Socrates. Chauclair.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Snow from Informer.
What about you, Castro?
Wait, say it again. What the first what?
Canadian rapper that you ever heard?
Oh, that was Socrates and Cardinal Official.
Oh, I love Cardinal. Cardinal's so overrated. I mean underrated. I'm sorry.
For me, it's Maestro Fresh West.
Maestro Fresh West.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't name one fucking song from that dude.
He was like late 80s, early 90s. I mean, he was around well after that, but that like he kind of had like 1 or 2. Like he was a dude that would pop up on like Rap City when Chris Thomas was the host.
Chris Thomas. Wow.
The mayor.
I'm looking him up. He's always wearing Canadian adjacent baseball hats.
Yeah.
It's like a Raptors hat or a Blue Jays.
Yeah.
In case we were wondering who he reps.
And he dresses like he went to go see like the Prop Bros or like hooking up his house in like Alberta.
Shouts to him. Shouts to Canada. Shouts to Chong Wizard in
Jonathan's like, I
Canada.
hit a load bearing wall.
Shouts to
That's
Fresh
what
Kills
those
in
motherfuckers
Canada.
do.
Shouts to all these motherfuckers in Canada. We love
Yeah.
Canada. Shouts to
Canada's a
Urban.
wonderful place, man.
Love Canada. I will move to
Yeah.
Toronto tomorrow. Love it.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
All
All right. So the next question comes from at MZ83. And
Word.
MZ wants to know best instrumental hip hop album.
Ooh. Oh man.
Johnny from the hospital.
Johnny from the hospital. I'm going with Blockhead, music by K-Flight.
I'm going with what is the name of that album? The shit LP did with his dad.
Oh, High Watermark?
Yeah, that's the one. I like
That's a
that.
great
I know it's
record.
more like a jazz record, but I don't really like hip hop instrumental albums. So
Go fuck yourself.
That's the one
How
I
about
like.
that? How you like that?
Fine, I could live with that.
There's so many now. There's just a lot. There's
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, even like, whatever. I'm not really into it.
Okay, fair enough.
It's cool. I'd rather just throw on a jazz record.
Boom.
All right, so Big R.
Oh,
Big
man.
R in SD's got
Homie.
3 questions for us.
Okay.
So first one is, you're asked to A&R a mainstream artist album and told to get features from indie rappers and producers who could appeal to both hip hop heads and radio fans. Who do you got? Let's make it simple. One rapper, one producer. Indie rapper, one indie producer. That could appeal
No, he wants
to...
he said mainstream.
No, but you're A&R in the mainstream artist record, but he wants you to get features from an indie rapper and an indie producer who could appeal to both heads and radio fans.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's quite a
What kind of
total.
artists are we picking with first? We're picking a pop star first?
I guess it's just got to be any mainstream artist. Doesn't really say what it is.
Wow. This is quite difficult.
Yeah.
Phew.
Well, what do you guys want to do? You want to do it as a mainstream rapper or a mainstream like pop artist? And we'll just pick one artist and then who we think would go good.
What's a mainstream rapper, like French Montana or something?
Yeah, he's mainstream.
I guess, yeah.
He's definitely mainstream. Yes.
Yeah.
Or like Travis Scott,
Yeah.
Migos.
Okay.
G-Eazy.
Oh God.
You better be doing better. Don't be calling that trend.
Nah. I'm trying to think.
All right, Britney Spears is dropping a record.
For my feature, listen, I'm not just saying this because it's the home team and I'm putting the album out. Andrew could really crush it because Andrew has very memorable, very catchy, relatable choruses. And his verses are like super hip hop. This is not like some tourist shit. So shouts to everybody that's pre-ordered the new album. The Rain knows what it's doing. But even if I wasn't putting this album out, I would pick him because he realistically could occupy him and like Teller Banks to me can fit on a mainstream record pretty easily. Those are my guys from the indie world.
Okay. Who you got, Castro?
I'm at a loss with this question.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot of mainstream rappers that I would want to do anything. Yeah, I might have to pass.
I'll go with for rapper. I'm gonna pick. Fuck it. Let's go with Bruiser Wolf.
Ooh, okay.
And then for producer, let's go with go Jason Griff. Why not?
Sure.
Keep it in house.
Why the fuck not? I'm trying to think of like what producer could. I feel like Willie Green could do it. He's very musical.
Yeah, Willie Green could do it.
And he's got he can polish
sound.
things up. He can really be that versatile to make it happen. So I'm picking Green.
Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, you could always just pick LP for both roles. He's kind of like popular enough, but still underground.
I'm picking Twami. Love Twami. Love them.
Oh, I'm picking Fonte for my rapper, actually.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Okay,
cool.
so his second question is worst/most lopsided trade in either NBA, MLB, or NFL history. What do you think it is? It doesn't have to be all of them. Just pick the one that you think.
Lopsided trades.
We sure it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. It was all said and done.
Which one was that?
Barkley to Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Sixers 8 shit.
Yeah.
literally
I'm going Minnesota Vikings trading
Herschel
a
Walker.
mother load of draft picks to Dallas for Herschel Walker.
If we're doing that, I'll just do the Ricky Williams Saints thing where they traded the entire draft.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Ditka and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was a stupid fucking move.
Okay, and then
Because as
his
we know,
final.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, prospects are bullshit. You always go for the proven thing. You don't unload everything for fucking potential.
Wedding ring.
In the wedding gown. Oh my god. Yeah, fuck that.
Sorry.
But he did have a couple good years when he was with Miami.
He really did. I love him.
He did.
Yeah.
He wakes up and smokes weed. Shouts to Billy Woods.
Yeah. All right. His final question. You could travel back in time and talk to one artist to give advice to help fix a bad album. Who do you travel to see, and what advice do you give to save the record?
Wow. I saw someone comment someone comment that I would fix Sauce Money.
Yeah.
Which isn't wrong. But I think if Sauce this is difficult. Castro, would you help OC?
I'd go right to Redman and tell him to disengage himself from Eric Sermon immediately.
Oh my god. I feel like Method Man, like To Cal Zero, really doesn't get brought up as one of the worst rap albums of all time. It is unlistenable. It's really bad. And it's so bad it's forgotten, which is even sadder because Meth has like dedicated his life to being a fucking great rapper, and he is. But To Cal Zero is it was like he was in that space where the Wu was like descending from popularity, and everyone was always saying like, "Oh, you sound good on all these features. Like you should just do an album produced by like Puffy executive produced To Cal Zero." And he put his, I promise you, he put his faith in Puffy's hands. But the first single was called "What's Happening," featuring Busta Rhymes, where they just remade the video for "Bring the Pain," which was like 8 years old.
Yeah,
it's really bizarre and stupid. And the album is like fake Rock Wilder beats, fake track masters. It's just like he's doing all terrible punchlines, trying to be a ladies' man. It's like literally forgotten from everyone. It's almost as if it never happened. But I would fix that album.
Wasn't there a mixtape with that album? And it was like some accompaniment to Cal. I forget.
He did a mixtape years later called like the Meth Lab, which was like,
that's what
he's rapping great, but then he puts on like 17 people from Staten Island that suck. So I would not recommend the Meth Lab except for him. But Meth is like, he's like Castro. He's like a dude that's like drafted by the wrong team and then gets traded to like 2 more wrong teams. Like that's Meth as a solo artist. He keeps landing in the wrong spots. Rudy Gay. Yes, Rudy Gay. Thank you. Rudy Gay. That's a good one.
All right. So there's actually only one correct answer here.
Grand Puba.
No. Canibus.
Oh, good.
Going back to Canibus.
Love it.
Telling him to leave LL Cool J the fuck alone.
Love it.
And get the fuck away from Wyclef.
Yes.
I agree with the second, not necessarily the first. That was a really good song.
That's the best song you ever made.
It was a really good song, but he wasn't in the spot to do it yet. I mean, maybe if he had a killer record, it would have been different.
Right.
Because that album is really ass cheeks. But I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think 98, who was like really hitting in 98 that would have been good for him.
I mean, everyone who was on Big Pun's album.
Yeah.
Big Pun Primo, which he turned down Devil's Pie. He turned down Devil's Pie. That's where
Wait.
Canibus was.
Oh yeah, come on. Just like pull the Nas, get every
What if
fucking
he
great
just stayed
producer.
with
Where's
Mr. Cheek now?
Yeah,
What if
like
he
just
stayed with
Mr.
Mr.
Cheeks.
Cheek now?
Like what's so
Yeah, no,
dude,
exactly.
the
Yeah.
Lost Boys album has like Pete Rock, Easy Mo B. It has like a stable of really competent and or great. It's not that difficult. Like he
No.
has access to shit. You know what I mean?
he
He
got
had
got caught up with. Yeah, that's the move. Get rid of Wyclef.
Ugh.
Second round knockout's a whole. I hear you, Castro. It's a whole different story.
Right.
If that album bangs,
But
and
you
he
know
has
what it
a
was?
second real heater diss track in the back pocket.
Yeah, but you know what it is, to go to Castro's point? If that's your first single, that's the only Wyclef contribution. I think like Wyclef was involved with that song, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like you can't have Wyclef popping up anymore. One beat.
Right.
No.
One
Right.
beat.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There's a new episode with Wyclef. I'm sorry, with Canibus on Cypher Sounds and Peter Rosenberg. I'm gonna check it out on Juan Epstein, where they talk to him. I'm curious to hear what he says. So I haven't listened yet. I'll report back.
All right.
There you go.
So we got a question from at Kalong93. And he's curious to hear our thoughts on Primo's weekly So What's Up series.
Love it. Love it.
And then what other producer rappers would you like to see emulate this series? Like whose archives would you want to dig into?
I love this shit. They just had OC My World, which is like top 2 premiere beat for me ever. I just heard Easy LP on Breaking Adams podcast. He's incredible. That guy, like this, he made fucking like Bloody Money CNN, but he made like Special Delivery GDEP. He made Get Money.
Wow.
Like his shit is insane. And he's one of those guys like from an era when, you know, you just check the credits and saw somebody's name. They weren't like putting tags on their beats or being in the video. I feel like a guy like that would really benefit from people knowing like, oh, by the way, I did every insane fucking beat from 95 to like 02. So he's
That's
my
a
vote.
good call. I actually never checked it until today, till I saw this question.
Oh, it's awesome.
And it's really cool. I was expecting not to like it, to be honest with you. I was like, come on, man. Like, what is this shit? Because I like mystery around artists, right? Like,
you do.
But then the thing I was thinking about, I was like it would be really stupid if like, you know, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody that's like young and out, like even if like Kendrick did that right now.
True.
It'd be really stupid, right? Because it's like, you have to be a legacy artist. You
Sure.
have to be somebody who's like, your career is sort of like, this is your Quincy Jones documentary.
Good point.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like Primo's earned the right to do shit like that.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like none of us have.
No.
You know, like even somebody like, you know, like saying like L, who's been around forever,
Woo.
he's still in the thick of his career.
He's still,
Right, like,
yes. He's still like
he's still
actively.
got some time before he's there.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know. So if I could go and pick anybody, I would love to hear like Marley Marl would be really cool because he's been around so many cool shit. I think like Ice Cube would be cool, or like Ice T,
Wow.
like people that are just like around like a cool with everybody, down with like, you know, artists from all over the country. I think that could be really cool. Like Dungeon Family would be really dope.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Yeah. So
Oh, real quick, Easy LP produced fucking Ice Down Medallions
wow.
for Royal Flush, and he produced. You ready for this? I Love My Life, Your Jam, and he
Nice.
produced. Sometimes I want to cry and pray. Sometimes I want to chill and lay. Sometimes I get drunk all goddamn day.
Goddamn day.
He even says it on Shout to Breaking Adams. He was like, I'm from the Bronx. And there's like, he was like, there's a 3-year stretch where I was like, every Queens rapper got me on it. Uchi Wally did that. He did the song HNIC for fucking Prodigy. Like,
Nice.
this dude is nasty. He did
I'm
special
back. I
delivery.
had an emergency in the kitchen, but I'm back.
Oh my god. Do you have a producer
what's the
that you would
question?
want, a producer you'd want to see do like a DJ premiere? So what's up? Like a weekly breakdown of some of his, favorite beats.
It could be producer or a rapper.
Okay.
As per the question.
If it was a rap, I would want to see how Lupe came up with the cool.
Ooh.
I want to be there.
Flames.
And as a producer, let me see. As a producer, you said Easy LP already, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And Alaska, who'd you say?
I said, what the fuck did I say? I said like Ice Cube or Ice T if it was a rapper. A producer like Marley Marl, somebody like that.
Of course.
So I'm gonna take the other side of that equation. I like to see the Bomb Squad.
Oh,
good call.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Nice.
To see them
All
cooking
right.
with Larry, with Larry in there too, talking shit.
Yeah.
All that shit.
That's awesome.
All right. So I'm looking for one thing real quick because. Oh, okay. It's the same person that actually asked this question twice. Kushal Ununi.
Okay.
I think I pronounced it right. I don't know. He wants to know our opinions on Mach-Hommy. Like he heard, in the Odd Future episode, we kind of touched around it. But yeah, just to get our opinions on it.
Castro.
All right. Well, I'm not too much of a Mach-Hommy fan. I listen first, and then I make my decision. I don't just go blindly into the night. I don't get it. So, there's a lot of me that don't get it. And so me and my partners always have these deep discussions or whatever. Sometimes we're just like, okay, you don't get it. It's all good.
Right.
But I don't really get it. Some of it. I like a lot of it. He's very, very creative man, very talented. But I don't get the, head in your hands bars of infinity from it, like with my partners. Infinity bars, that's how they act, like it's Thanos or something. And I don't share that sentiment.
What do you got, Alaska?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think he's cool. Like I really liked Pray for Haiti. I thought that was a really good record.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the follow-up at all.
I like the follow-up, and I didn't like Pray for Haiti.
Yeah.
I like Balance Tone. I didn't like Pray for Haiti. So, there you go. You see the differences.
He's real hit or miss with me. Like when he hits, he's really dope, and when he misses, it's like it's bad. It doesn't do anything. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I listened to it once or twice and never going back to it.
All right, batting cleanup. Roche.
I think he's pretty fucking incredible. I think Bulletproof Law is fucking amazing. I think Haitian Body Odor is crazy.
I still ain't listened to it.
I think Haitian Body HBO is crazy. I think Pray for Haiti is crazy. I think there's moments on Balanced Show that it's like Separation of the Sheep and Goats, unbelievable. He excites me because I'm totally burned out from myself as an artist and listening to rappers that are just like, I put out 29 verses a year and they're all the same. So his musicality, his pockets are fucking amazing. Like his flow choices on like 26 letter, 10 boxes, Sin Eater, even like with the Alchemist and Evidence shit, Sell Me This Pen. Like it's the musicality that grabs me first. And then within that, he has lines where I'm like, oh, you're like a getting money, like drug world nerd. Like you were saying like all these rappers, Big 12, like March Madness, like he's got those type of lines that are, touch on like how much coke weighs and all that stuff, but then I'll just have other parts where I'm like, oh, you're actually kind of a nerd, which I appreciate because I'm a nerd. So I love this dude. He's got a lot of songs that sound the same and aren't great because he's just been really, really prolific. But like songs like 900K off Tele 2, like crazy. You know what I mean? Like he's special. I just think he just has put out too much music. That's my only knock on him. You know what I mean? Like if he was doing like one album a year, it would be fucking unbelievable. But it's like 2.5 to 3 a year. I'm like, well, not every idea needs to come out, but I think his skill set is pretty fucking great. So there you go.
Oh, all right. So let's go with We got Dan, aka mind_playing_. He had a few different questions, and god damn it, I accidentally dropped one. Let's come back to that one because I gotta find it.
Sure.
But then he also suggested doing like a Desert Island Discs episode, which would be kind of fun.
That would be cool.
So we're gonna come back to the question. I just gotta find it. Dano wants to know, from Free Music Empire wants to know, what 90s artist would you most like to drop into the independent underground to start their career from now?
So does he mean like drop in the 90s underground or like just today, like starting a career?
So
today?
take somebody from like a 90s artist. It doesn't have to be an underground artist. Like I think more like a mainstream artist that didn't like really take off.
Okay.
And then put them into the system now, like where they could thrive.
Oh.
Like who do you think would thrive in this system?
Inspected Deck.
Mm.
He would do great because he would just do J. Rue would crush. He would do really well. What you got, Lask?
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous. I think he did pretty well though.
Not from the 90s.
I think he did well, but I think he would do cool in this system. I think it'd be interesting to see what he does there, where he like isn't sort of like tied to any like mainstream record labels or anything.
You don't want to hear him do he raps on Austin Powers? You weren't into that one?
No, I definitely don't ever want to hear that again.
Oh my god. That was the worst fucking song ever made in
it
the
was
world.
so fucking bad. All right, so I got Dan's question.
Okay.
And this is a good one, I think. So this is at mind_playing_. He wants to know, what album do you wish you could hear for the first time again?
Like Lou listening to Cole Vane last week for the first time?
Go Vane.
I was just gonna say that's the one I would pick. That or Supreme Clientele.
What album I could hear for the first time?
Well, I got a dark horse.
What is it?
Prince Among Thieves.
Prince Among Thieves. Go on.
And that was coming together when you listening track by track, and you might have heard a video or some snippets. He was starting to get bowled over by the third song, by the fifth song.
Right.
Tyreek rapping his ass off. You into the story all heavy. You get to Machine World. Welcome to Weapon
World. Yeah.
Come on, yo. That shit was crazy. That shit was fire. And to hear that for the first time, to understand what Prince Paul was unlocking, that's something I'd like to do again.
I like that. I'm gonna go with Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay, yeah, that was a moment.
Like hearing all of the skits and like how it's tied in, and then the concepts within like money.
Somebody just hit me to that. They say, "Yo," they say, "I remember you the one that told me." They must have been talking to somebody else about it. How the songs, like that Drink song, I didn't like it, but in the mix,
pools. Oh,
and then the other one. What's the second song? What's the second song in the album? Because it worked right in the mix.
Money Trees?
No.
Or Keisha? I mean, what was that shit called?
Well, it's Kunta Kinte or something like that. Was it
that's To Pimp a Butterfly. What?
No,
what the song's Good Kid?
No, Bitch Don't Kill My Ride.
Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Oh my god, I am a Santa.
I hated that song. I hated that song in the back. It wasn't grabbing me. But then when I saw where they put it in the record, I was like, "Oh man, it's perfect."
It's one of the best arranged albums ever.
Yeah, it's just.
Dog, Backseat
I
Freestyle.
think it's the best. I think I picked it as the best album of the last decade, right?
Yeah,
that one too. Yeah. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Like, and Hit Boy did Backseat Freestyle. Like that beat is fucking amazing. Like even Poetic Justice with Drake, which is all over the radio, where they're just rapping over fucking Janet Jackson. Like it was a corny single, but in the flow of the album, I'm like, okay, I don't skip it. I'm like, all right, I'm with it.
Right.
But then having like Good Kid with Pharrell and then Mad City with MC8. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's crazy.
That all crazy, they hear is yak. That shit.
It's crazy, yo. Ain't that crazy?
Ooh,
crazy.
Where you from? Where your grandma stay? Huh? God. All they hear is bitches. The front. Oh,
Alaska.
Yes.
Is it your turn?
No, I already went.
What did you pick again?
Cole Vane.
Yo, wait, real quick. Good Kid is 10 years old. God damn.
Yeah.
You know what else is 10 years? And unfortunately, I'm gonna bring it up.
What?
Trayvon Martin was 10 years ago, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And boy, it rocked me today. I was like, damn, it's been 10 years, same old shit. But just the fact that happened 10 years ago, and ain't nobody touched that man. That's the part I don't
that's
like.
the other thing, right?
Exactly. That's the unspoken. But 10 years ago, I was like, oh man, it just blew me back. I just had to sit there for a second. Yeah.
Yo, 10 years ago, Kendrick was 24 years old making that album. 24.
He had help. Somebody helped him storyboard that shit.
Oh no, it was
like,
Interscope. It was on Interscope, so you know.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the way all the pieces fell in place, somebody had to storyboard that shit with him. It's not for him. I'm just saying.
Dre. Fucking Dre, dude. Dre.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Dre was there. Anyway.
All right, what else we got?
All right, so let's take a quick break and then knock out these last few questions.
Cool. Go out culture.
It's that time again. We're back. Career Crooks, me and Small Professor. New album, Never at Peace, available now worldwide, streaming on all platforms. Very, very, very limited pieces of merch left. You can scoop it at wreckingcrew.bandcamp.com. If you've heard the Live from the Liner Notes episode, you know what it is, you know what we're about. If you haven't, go back and peep it. Play the new record featuring Shrapnel, I Alive, and Donovan Days, Blueprint, DJ Manipulator, and that's all she wrote. New Baggin, me and Small Pro, Never at Peace, Career Crooks, available now.
The Black Panther Party 10-point program, written October 15, 1966. We want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our black community. We believe that black people will not be free until we are able to determine our destiny. 2, we want full employment for our people. We believe that the federal government is responsible and obligated to give every man employment and a guaranteed income. 3, we want an end to the robbery by the capitalists of our black community. We believe that this racist government has robbed us, and now we are demanding the overdue debt of 40 acres and 2 mules. 4, we want decent housing fit for the shelter of human beings. We believe that the white landlords will not give decent housing to our black community, then the housing and the land should be made into cooperatives so that our community, with government aid, can build and make decent housing for its people. 5, we want education for our people that exposes the true nature of this decadent American society. We want education that teaches us our true history and our role in the present day society. 6, we want all black men to be exempt from military service. We believe that black people should not be forced to fight in the military service to defend a racist government that does not protect us. 7, we want an immediate end to police brutality and the murder of black people. We believe we can end police brutality in our black community by organizing black self-defense groups that are dedicated to defending our black community from racist police oppression and brutality. 8, we want freedom for all black men held in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. We believe that all black people should be released at the many jails and prisons because they have not received a fair and impartial trial. 9, we want all black people, when brought to trial, to be tried in court by a jury of their peer group or people from their black communities as defined by the Constitution of the United States. We believe that the court should follow the United States Constitution so that black people will receive fair trials. 10, we want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. When, in the course of the human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitled them, a decent respect of the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to this separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal, that are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Little Robert Hutton, Curly Castro, out on Backwoods Studios. Get it now.
We're back.
All right, we got another question from Sabo, and I think this is a really good one. Said, my dad always says he won't allow himself to listen to Kind of Blue more than one time per year because he doesn't want to ruin it. Do you have tracks or albums like that where you have to intentionally resist the urge to overplay it?
Help me out. What is Kind of Blue?
The Miles Davis jazz
Miles
record,
Davis.
Kind of Blue.
Got you. All right, that one. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So is there songs I don't listen to
Or
because
not.
it'll take me someplace?
Or just like you don't want to like get like obsessed with it. And like if you listen to it, you'll listen to it over and over again until you never want to hear it again.
Oh, for a while that was Aesop 104. The fact that it was hidden and you had to go find it, and then all the things that came with that. And then the song just stopped me dead in my tracks. But it probably was impossible.
Mm.
It was impossible. Like I kept going to Ghostface and the RZA verse, both of those verses, over and over and over again.
RZA's verse is like very slept on. That verse is amazing.
That verse is great, yeah.
And it's just them two, right? Yep,
You got
them two. You got
United Nations acapella occupation kills that shit.
Yeah,
it's a great one.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if I have anything like I don't limit myself to listen to something, but I kind of just have found myself doing this thing where it's like I sort of just like relive my history with music a lot. Like I'll just sort of like meaning like like there's different periods in my life where I was listening to certain things.
Right.
Like whether it's like certain rock bands, certain rap artists, certain metal bands, certain punk bands, some R&B shit. But I'll just like seasonally, I'll just sort of like go through like a week or two where like I'm only going back into that genre.
That's great.
And I'll spend time with it, and then I'm like, all right, I got to change this, like, because I'm gonna run it into the ground. And then it'll be like, so I'll go from like listening to like 2 weeks listening to just like nothing but punk. And then I'm like, all right, I got to take a break from this. Let me go listen to like just this, like these jazz records I got.
That's awesome.
And then, all right, I need a break. I'm going to go listen to like all my Iron Maiden records for like 2 weeks.
That's tight.
And then I'm going to listen to like only underground hip hop, like only like, I got this giant playlist of like all like the Bobbito freestyles and like sort of like the Stretch and Bobbito promos and shit like that, like all like the demos and stuff that they used to have. Nice. And I'll listen to that for like 2 days. And it's just like a weird, I don't know, I've been doing it lately. So I think it's like a sort of regulation, but it's, it's trying to avoid like playing something completely out. And then when I'm done with all that, like I just like put on jazz.
Fair enough.
Listen to that.
Yeah. That's the glue.
I do this like when I'm, running out of energy for albums or features or whatever, where I'm like, I got no gasoline in the rap tank. There's like a certain set of Nas records I'll go back to, right?
Lost tapes.
It's not even like a Nas album. I'm not like, It Was Written or Illmatic, Stillmatic. It's like certain Nas songs. Like he has this one song with AZ called Serious that was supposed to be on, I think, Hip Hop Is Dead, where it's like the rawest shit of all time, where they just do the same pattern. Where like AZ is like, check my track record, respect is my black reckless, expect me to act reckless. I'm rich and I'm ass naked, a bank would have liquor, my drinks in my glass separate. I'm rolling like it's everything you want from Nas and AZ, and the song never came out officially. So it was like one of my first like internet blog discoveries in like 2005 or some shit. So I have like a playlist of all like these Nas B-sides and like DJ Clue joints and like features and like the One Love remix with Sadat X and like Rick Ross Triple Beam Dreams from Rich Forever, like that type of Nas shit. Like and I really only ever go to them when I'm like I have no ideas or I'm like trying to finish a record and I'm just like fatigued, and so I purposely like don't play that shit for any other reason. You know what I mean? At all. Like Nasty by Nas, like 1-on-1 on the Real. This one Funk Master Flex freestyle he did on Funk Flex 2. I just can't do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, this is like sacred shit. I need to replenish myself when I listen to like these certain Nas songs. It's like 30 Nas songs I have. But yeah, that's like my holy grail right there. I go to and shit.
All right. So Manhua wants to know, do we ever wish that Wu-Tang would have developed a more rehearsed, polished, and themed live show, a la Dre and Snoop during Up in Smoke, rather than perform
no, I'm gonna tell you, don't even have to finish.
Aimless style?
You ain't got to finish. I'm gonna say no. But check this out. I'll tell you one thing. All the clips we've seen, Wu-Tang don't forget their lyrics.
True.
Yeah.
They know all their lyrics. They know their brothers' lyrics.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Get the hell out of here. They know people that might not have showed up to the show lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
They know them lyrics. They never fumble on a word, not one word. And I've seen mad iterations of them.
Yep.
So to have them all like Jay-Z to rehearsed, and then Bleak comes out in the third song. I mean, that works for Jay. Yeah, that works for Jay. Nobody's knocking that. But for Wu-Tang, you know, and Wu-Tang, it's actually highly rehearsed, if you ask me, because they don't do verses out of order.
No.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
And
So
it's a whole different animal too, compared to like two guys in a group.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Right. It's like 8 of them. Yeah, that's true.
It's always gonna.
You got to make it look like controlled chaos. I've had groups like
Yeah.
that, but I think they had fallbacks for like, all right, when they mess up like this, yo, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Going to run goes. You know what I'm saying? Like he got that joint cocked and ready. I don't think it's always like a bunch of wild freestyle some Panamanians in the fucking staircase. Nah. But I think they have fail safes that they have memorized the fail safes. If you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to add. Because I think it would be really corny if it was like think about if they just like put on a show like fucking Jurassic 5. Like how stupid would that be for Wu-Tang?
And
like
claps and all that stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, like you're going to Wu-Tang for like the rawness.
Right.
All right. So OK Nice Raps wants to know who's an artist. What's that?
I'm saying what's up? Okay,
What's
nice.
up,
Oh,
peace,
yeah.
peace
OK Nice is
right
very
there.
nice actually. He's a real good rapper.
Awesome, dude.
Who's an artist you really feel fell off, but you can't put your finger on why?
Who fell off, but you can't put your finger on why?
I don't know how Bubba Sparks ain't work. I mean, I
Mm.
kind of know, but then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because he came out with that other Deliverance in the first record,
Great
very
album.
different.
Very
And I thought, I think he did a third thing.
Miss New
outside
Booty.
of
That was a
Timber.
big hit. That was on the third one.
I think that second record was dope.
Deliverance is fucking
And then the third one was
astounding.
without Timbo and them. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it seemed like all the right pieces. He chubby looking cute fella. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
think he had girls in his video. It
Yeah.
wasn't offensive to nobody.
Nope.
But I don't know if maybe that was just too short. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they were going really into, they already did the Hayride song.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They already
That
did
was
the
a
Milk
great
the
song.
Cow song. So I don't know how much you can rap about agriculture per se. Or maybe you could have done it better. You could have went. Maybe there's like a subculture. I'm pretty sure, right?
He might have been like
and stuff
He's
like
so
that.
good.
he might have been like 10 years too early or 15
He's
years too
very
early.
early.
Okay, I'm with that.
You know, like look at how like country is right now. Like those motherfuckers like are like trying to do rap music.
Yep.
I mean, I know there's like rap country, but even like if you turn on like the Grammys or something, like the country artists are on, they're all like doing rap hands
and
they're,
trap
like,
shit.
Sort of like their cadences are very
get trap
rappy,
shit.
trap.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
you know, if he came in now, he might have hit different.
My
I
vote's
mean, he still hit, but you know.
yeah, my vote's for PD Crack.
Mm.
There's really no.
You think he dropped? You count him even dropping? Crazy.
PD Crack is Castro. He's like the ultimate unfulfilled potential guy.
He wins in every category. Come on,
The best voice, best flow, most charisma, pocket, patterns, hooks.
2 fan bases from being a hoodie gangster in Philly and being
Stay
Puerto
proud.
Rican.
Being Puerto Rican, like the ring, like
yeah, come on, that would have had 1 million fans. You already know how that
every fucking Sixers game they play the instrumental for Flipside with him and Freeway.
Oh shit!
I mean, forever. He was in the Roots. Jay-Z put him in the Roots, starting on Rising Down when he was Petey. Like
they were
he's not
showcasing
whack.
him. Yeah,
he did the fucking brand new funk revised version with Jazzy Jeff. They redid that, and it's crazy. Everything he did is fire, but he was just, you know what it was? He was stuck in that worst era in rap music and just never got out of that era. Like when it was just like mixtapes and like major label meets Nah Right meets like Dat Piff meets like labels. I mean, budget shrinking. Like he never, if he was just like, yo, fuck it, I'm just gonna make 100,000 this year, fucking with Willie the Kid and Smoke Dizza and Muggs.
right.
He could do that shit.
That would have been different. He could do that.
But like all of those
That'd be
dudes we know,
different.
Castro and Alaska, like all those dudes came in the game being like, yo, here's like fucking 80,000 for doing nothing. You're on the label. Here's $80,000. Like he can't go back to like, oh, I gotta like make a lot of shit and put out a lot of wax to make 80,000 this year. He can't do it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's just they're not accustomed to like putting in. I'm sorry to say, it's like not accustomed to like work. You know, there's
that's not how they came in the game.
Not how
they came in on, cooperative economics almost. Like we're gonna put you out there in front.
Yep.
This one gonna do that. That's that one gonna do this part.
Yep.
And you do your little part, and then you'll be out of there.
Yep. So that's my call. Who do you got, Laska?
So did I tell y'all? Goonie just ordered me to Take It in Blood, Nick's book or whatever. I'm probably saying the title.
Oh yeah, the Chris Herring book. Chris Herring wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts to him. He's an ill writer. The 90s Knicks. Who you got, Laska?
I got a real controversial one.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm not trying to start no shit. It's just like I haven't felt anything that this artist has done in a while. Like even like when it's like an album I like, it's not like hitting me the way that it had in the past. Like there's just something that's not as dope as like the prime version of this artist as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Prodigy. No, I'm sorry, not Prodigy. What am I saying? Alchemist.
Oh.
And I'm not just trying to stir the pot. Like I'm being serious. Like,
all right. When did you like Alchemist? Like what songs? What song ever we talking?
I mean, I really like sort of like Keep It Thorough, Alchemist. I
Queens.
like We Gonna Make It, Alchemist. Like that
The
song.
Realist, Alchemist.
Yeah.
Realist.
Okay.
What's that? The Cormega Alchemist?
No, the Mob Deep, the Realist with G-Rap.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought you said The Realness.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's on that album too. You're right.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Z, address that.
I can agree in a sense that Al, the last 4 or 5 years, has moved. Like even he did like wet wipes for Cam, which is fire, or like surgical gloves for Ray. He doesn't pick like the juicy fat loops. He picks like atmospheric pieces and then adds atmospheric like gothic sounds on top. And it's not like that loop is fucking crazy. 4 bars of that, please, over and over and over forever. Like he's moved away from that type of shit. And like, so for me, even on like Haram, he doesn't have like that kind of shit that he would do for Prodigy or Mobb Deep or whoever. I just think like he's just stylistically moved out of that space. He's doing more like, it's not like the punch to the face loop. It's more of like zone out for 10 songs type of record. I think he's more like in that space of like a full album than like placing hot beats on people's albums. I think that's where he is.
Yeah, I mean, it just, it's one of those things that's like somebody that you feel fell off, but you don't know why.
Fair enough.
So with regards to that question, that's where I'm at. It's like, I don't hate him. It's just that he's not as magical to me as he once was.
There you go. Keep it a buck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not dissing the dude. He's a legend. He's one of the greats.
Incredible. Great rapper too.
Bob Cosmo Radio wants to know, what is your favorite People Under the Stairs track?
Oh, was it something Nights? What's that one called? Hold on. It's the Nights, Saturday Nights, Oakland Nights, or something. What's it called?
I'll be honest. I've never listened to a People Under the Stairs album in my life.
San Francisco Nights.
Oh, is that an album or the song?
On a warm San Francisco night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's their greatest song to me. Like, I only bump like an album.
People Under the Stairs song.
So they a typical rap duo. They both DJ. They both make beats and they both rap. And they just been putting out steady stuff for like going on a better part, I guess like over 15, maybe over 10. And they recently retired, kind of. Double K, he died. Yeah. But they also announced their retirement a while, like the year prior. Yeah, they did. They said this is, either the year prior or maybe like 4 or 5 months ahead. COVID messes people's professional time up. But yeah, they announced that this is their last go round and thanking all their fans, and and they played, I think, a couple of shows in lieu of that. And then and then Double K died. So it was like, oh
yeah, that's sad.
Sometimes people like, you ever hear of a grandmother that's nothing seems to be wrong with her, but she dies, after a certain period of time because her husband died. It could be 10 years, it could be a week, you know what I'm saying? But they like go up, they transcend with them. and,
Yeah,
and,
that
the
happens a
doctors
lot.
can't. The doctors can't put their finger on what it is. It could have been something like that. Once the group went, you know what I'm saying? I'm not wishing nothing bad on them. I can't remember exactly what it was, what sickness it was, but it's just, yeah.
But
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, they seem like I threw a couple joints on. I was like, they're cool. I should probably dig into them a little more, but I never really got into them.
me neither. And there was
all
like
right,
there was a
so-
Thess real quick. There was like a Thess one album I really fuck with called like Lifestyle Marketing. I used to run that shit, but I never played People on Their Stairs. It's a blind spot for me.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not a commentary on them. It's more just I missed it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, so C4X wants to know how excited we are that Eminem leads in all nominations to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Of course, he is rock and roll. He ain't fucking rap. He is rock and roll.
Yeah.
He's white. He's fucking white rock radio's pick since 2000 to be in that place. Like we've talked about it a lot. I think that video of him rapping in front of a fucking Pac-Man machine with his hands on his hip, looking like a fucking little teapot, bro. That I'm like,
all I hear is
yeah. The only good thing about his video was it maybe went back to like the Chris D'Elia videos. Too many napkins. I'm in a Ford Taurus having an abortion with the floorboard. Like when Chris D'Elia clowned that motherfucker so hard and made it plain to see that all the individual conversations we've all been having as rappers about him for 15 years, like when a comedian can point that shit out, you know what I mean? He's like, my word's a weapon. My word's a portion. Like, it's just, he's a fucking dork. You know what I mean? He's just a sad dork. And I just like, I don't know, man. He belongs in that corny shit. You know, like I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's cool, but he belongs there. He is fucking Fago and a fucking cipher hat forever. Put that shit in the museum.
Yep. All right. So Def C, we got another one. He wants to know, and I'm only including this question because of the artwork that I had sent over just now.
Love it.
But he wants to know which show has a more reprehensible cast of characters, Seinfeld or The Sopranos?
Yeah. It's not a trick question, is it?
No, I think it's just, you know. I
I would
mean,
say
it's The
Seinfeld.
Sopranos. They've got fucking murderers.
Oh, so Seinfeld or The Sopranos. Sorry, I thought I heard a third version. Just because it's funny because you don't realize it when you're watching Sopranos, but they do let you in on it when you're watching Seinfeld on how awful these people are.
Yeah.
Like when Dr. Melfi realized that, Tony was possibly psychologically playing her in their last meeting, she just kicked him out.
Yeah.
Or that Good Samaritan episode. That's exactly what happened to the four of them. So let's see.
Wait, what was the Good Samaritan episode?
It was the last episode, the two-parter, where they watch the man get robbed. Yeah, and they're in jail out in like, what were they at? Narragansett or something? They was in some
like
weird
Connecticut
place.
or some shit. I forget. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Tony Soprano like murders people.
He's reprehensible,
Because
but
he
like
murders people.
But like
there's no question. If you're
watching them, you're watching them do like salaciously terrible shit, right? Like in a very cheating on their wives, lying, fucking people over.
Murdering people.
Yes, I think it's Seinfeld because it captured and still captures the entire culture. But these are like unbelievably vain, petty, egotistical, like vindictive motherfuckers that we all got tricked into like, oh, they're the coolest people. Right. Whereas The Sopranos, like, I'm watching a gangster show. These motherfuckers are gangsters. We know they're gangsters. We can think they're nice and funny sometimes, and Ralphie and Cousin Tony, but like, okay, here's a trigger they pull, boom. Whereas with Seinfeld, I was like, you would root for the characters on Seinfeld even when they were like reprehensible and treating everyone else like a piece of shit.
Yeah,
that was the trick.
Okay, so if these people were in the real world, who's more reprehensible?
I mean, clearly it's the fucking mobster goons. I'm just saying,
There you
like,
go. That's your answer.
right. But I'm saying, but you know what the mobster goon is? It's the wolf without sheep's clothing. It's like, I'm a
Yeah,
fucking
but
wolf.
so it's
I'll
like,
kill
I
you.
mean, like none of us have ever gotten to an argument with somebody over a parking spot.
And then you see who comes outside. Yeah, I mean,
You know,
Yeah, I
that's
think that's a
all.
tough
It's all
question.
like heightened
no,
real
it's a
life
push.
shit.
That's a push. That question is a push from the
Yeah,
from the
you guys are
conversation
everyone's.
generator. This is a
Yeah.
push.
You guys are what's wrong with America.
That's just us. Just us two.
Just us two.
Just the
Just
two of
us
you.
two.
Just
Just get rid of the
You
two
two
of
and
us.
Joe Rogan.
It's us two and
Get
Rogan.
rid of
That's
the
it.
three of us.
Yeah, you guys are ruining the country.
We really are.
Um,
We'll be all right.
All right. So MC Doe wants to know, do you ever feel like you've hit your limit on listening to 90s hip hop? After 30 years, you can't take hearing another 90s hip hop song.
No,
Yeah.
because
No, I gotta be able to take care of my mom.
yeah, like the joy of streaming, I said on past episodes, is like I can now check the albums I just couldn't afford back then, or
Yeah.
the albums that were just a blind spot, or the albums I heard the single and I was like, I don't want to check this. So, you're talking like 10 years with 100 styles developed and sounds and scenes and clicks, to go back to like the Nonce or like, Boogie Monsters or the Bush
Hard to
Babies
obtain or something like that.
hard to obtain, like the shit Blockhead was tweeting about, or even for me,
Yeah.
it'd be like, going back to like I was text cash like the Royal Flush album. I was playing that hard the other day, just to catch those joints now with a lot of context and being like, oh, this person was ahead of their time, or like, oh, they were really good at doing the thing that year everybody else was doing, or like, oh, this producer that blew up later has actually had one beat randomly on this album. I love it. It's just fun to like discover that shit. But
Yeah.
I don't like
I
the
mean-
rappers now just doing 90s shit that are 34 and just making 15 fucking albums a year doing I don't like that. I'm out with that.
No. I mean, I'm even at the point where it's like, and I get it, it's like pure nostalgia, where it's like, depending on the situation, if like More Money, More Problems comes on, which is like, whatever. I'm still like, oh, that's fun. Like I have a good time listening to it.
Now,
Like
who's
it's,
hot?
I'm not
Who's
like looking for it, but if it comes on somewhere, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can get with this.
Fair enough.
What about you, Castro?
What's the question again?
Do you ever feel like you hit your limit on listening to 90s hip hop?
I'll go through a phase where I just put it on and get into my like a shuffle game.
Yeah.
And go and then look in my library and press one and then think out loud. I want to hear Funky 4+1 or whatever and type in their name. And then I'll stop though.
Yeah.
So I can't say I have my fill, but I have my moments. Because I'll readily stop after a couple hours. I'll stop and I might be done listening to music for that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
But yeah, like I'll have shit happen like where like in the 90s, like I always liked Black Moon better than Smith and Wesson.
Okay.
But now it's like as
Exactly.
I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate The Shining way more than Enter the Stage.
Yeah.
Like I don't really ever listen to Enter the Stage anymore, but like I listen to The Shining all the time. And it was the opposite before. Like I would listen to The Shining like here and there.
Right.
But Enter
My
the
cats
Stage was
won't
a
leave me
heavy
alone.
rotation.
They will not leave me alone.
They missed you, man.
I know they all over me once they realized it was me.
Yeah,
Because I sound different with this walker. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Les. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like things that like it's like Z was saying, finding your blind spots, or just like as you've grown and matured, being able to appreciate things that you didn't appreciate at the time, like freestyle fellowships in the city, Griots.
Yeah,
like
okay.
I didn't appreciate it at the time, and now
Really
I love
good,
it.
right.
It's
Yeah,
like an amazing
yeah.
record.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll never get tired of it. I might switch what I listen to. But okay, we got the final question from the Rap Music Plug podcast.
What up, man?
And they want to know who we got in the Super Bowl.
I'm going Bengals, man.
I don't know.
This is for fucking TJ Hushmanzada, fucking Carl Pickens, Jeff Blake, Kajana Carter. This is for all my Bengals teams that were always sexy and will win 11 games and get smacked in the playoffs. So this is for all those dudes. Fucking, what was the other receiver? Ocho Cinco, man. This is for Ocho Cinco. You know what I mean?
AJ Green.
AJ Green. Wow, he was nice.
This is for Kenny Anderson's mustache and the Icky Shuffle.
The Icky Shuffle, Boomer Esiason. I'm like, yo, the last time they made the Super Bowl, Boomer Esiason was the fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
1980.
God damn. Yeah, I'm Bengals all day.
I'm rooting for the Bengals, but I'm not going to be upset if Matt Stafford wins a ring.
Shouts to Matt Stafford.
But yeah, I'm pulling for the Bengals.
All right, cool.
It gives all of us loser teams hope that you could go from like 4-12 to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's what's like always remarkable about
couple good
Stafford
moves.
and the Lions. The Lions just could never fucking do that ever for 50 years. Could never happen to them.
They just never built a team.
They're just fucking dog shit forever.
Yeah,
It's astounding. Shouts to Stafford. Who do you got, Cash? You got Bengals?
I don't think I'll be able to make a good educated guess because I'm just not getting back into watching football. So it'll literally be a coin flip for me. I like the whole Matt Stafford thing, playing for Detroit. I was a Detroit fan for like 2-3 seasons when Barry was there. I don't remember Stafford. I don't know. I wasn't paying good attention. So I'll just to make parody, I'll root for the LA Rams. I like the uniforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally got it right.
And it's in LA too.
And Ernest Dickerson is like, he's alum. So I love Ernest Dickerson. So
Eric Dickerson?
Ernest play?
Directed Juice.
There you go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Eric Dickerson. My bad, y'all. Forgive me.
Or were you a Jim Everett fan before he choked out fucking Jim Rome on TV? Remember that shit?
I became an Everett fan when
isn't he a tennis guy?
No, he was making fun of him, saying like there was a tennis player named Chris Everett.
Yeah, he kept calling him Chris, and then he just like yoked him up.
And then Jim Everett was like, "Yo, say that shit one more time, I'll beat the shit out of you." And he was like, "Chris Everett."
Yeah, I'm really agitating.
He got those big ass quarterback mitts around his neck.
Oh, that was amazing. That was like Geraldo. Remember, like Geraldo would just show like a neck brace on and shit.
And they had to be around each other. Somebody got fired.
Oh,
I mean, he was interviewing them. Like, so
yeah, on
he
his
was
show.
on like Rome is Burning. He was interviewing Jim Everett.
Right.
And Jim Everett was like, "Fuck you," and like, "I'm done with you."
Because he kept calling. He'd be like, "Now, Chris, walk me through." And he was like, "Chris." He's like, "Yeah, Chris." He kept calling Chris Everett on purpose just to fuck with him. I felt like Jim Everett wasn't having that shit and choked the shit. He was like, "Say it again, see what happens." He actually went through with it. Shouts to fucking Jim Everett. I had his starting lineup action figure or toy.
Word.
Right, cool. I think that wraps up the
That's
mailbag.
it, yeah. It wraps us up, man.
Look at that. You could have been a little more, climactic, Alaska. I'll be honest.
I did. I said it was the last
but then
one.
when we finished talking, you just were just like looking at Twitter.
I didn't realize we were done talking. I was looking at a picture of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Airplane.
Well, what's the spread on this game on Sunday? You know the spread by any chance?
Let me see.
I think they wait until the week of.
I feel like the Bengals would be getting at least 3.5.
Whose home field is it essentially? I mean,
it's literally the LA Rams home field.
Right.
Oh wow.
So they have to be at least 3.5
stadium,
point favorites, at least. Right?
Let's see. It's a 4.5 spread for
wow. That's
for the Rams.
4.5. Oh,
that's hurt.
That line's probably gonna go up too. That's probably gonna go up. I would
3 digits, yo.
I would.
I mean, that's not much of a spread considering Los Angeles is literally playing in their stadium.
That's what I'm saying.
You get 3 points just for playing in your stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
If it creeps up to like 6, I would take the Rams. If it stays there or goes down to 3, I would take the Bengals. That's what I would do. Like it should be, to me, if they're at home, you should have a touchdown spread, right? That's at least a 6-point spread at home in the fucking Super Bowl.
But they wait until the week before, don't they?
Yeah, they see all the action. The line will move. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's your gambling corner. What you always come to Claw Culture for? Football gambling advice. We're the best. We're the best at that. We succeed.
We really are.
So thanks to everybody who contributed their questions. If we didn't say your shit, it was just not entertaining, or it would just be, we balled it into one.
We actually answered pretty much everything.
Damn.
There was a couple that were more like episode suggestions, so I didn't really bring those up.
Fair
But if there was a question, it was answered.
Very good. We'll keep those bookmarked for future episodes. Because sometimes we run out of ideas, which is every week.
So,
Anything anybody wants to say? Closing thoughts?
I'm ready for bed, man.
Me too. God damn.
It's a long one.
Shit.
Oh, man, it's gonna take me forever to get into the bed. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Cash, I'm happy
Go
you're
on,
home.
Coach.
Man.
Yes.
Thank you, Dan.
We're out of here. Culture Podcast.
Peace.